This hourly segment is brought to you by Health Quest Radio with Dr. David Kolbaba. Saturday mornings at 11. Visit healthquestradio.com.
Now, from the Signature Bank Studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson. If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. It's not happening. It's not happening. It happened. Brighton Park, the migrant base camp, tents expected to be completed in a matter of days and will house 500 migrants at first. Yeah. What they say, what they do. Chicago. By the way, given BLM Brandon's tirade the other day about right-wing extremism, I'm reluctant to raise this issue, but it is just kind of one of those fun ones, like his 120-person police detail for a guy who wants to defund the police. Chicago Mayor's motorcade racks up 8 red light and speed camera tickets in 5 weeks. Currently owes $1,700 in fines.
Well, that's nothing new. Brandon Johnson didn't pay his parking ticket violations or his water bill, remember?
Well, now the city, we all can pay for them so that he can get to places, and not be bothered by speed limits or red lights that, the hoi polloi have to deal with.
It was so bad during Rahm Emanuel that they actually turned off the red light camera at Ashland and Irving, and then the one by the cemetery there in Irving Park. But then as soon as he lost or, didn't run again or whatever, they turned him right back on.
It's the little things that are indicative of the big things, the ruling class mentality. For more on BLM Brandon's performance to this point and other matters affecting the city, please be joined again by Willie WIlson, former mayoral candidate. Willie, thanks for being with us again. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Amy, appreciate guys having us here.
Are you staying in communication with Brandon Johnson? Is he leaning on you for any engagement and assistance?
No, I will text maybe, 3 or 4 times, but that's about it. We have not been in person communicating, nothing of that nature, So I kind of like, I think we're on a different page here in terms of the mayor and myself. We totally different pages. I spoke out about this crisis that was illegal immigrant during mayoral debate, and I said you got to take your home first. And so, and taxes and things of that nature, we are on opposite side. But hey, wish them best of luck. But there's some serious issues here,
Well, on the same day that they announced, or that they breaking ground on the tent camp, they just announced moments ago that Amundsen Park's going to reopen. And to me, if you're going to open Amundsen Park because the black community complained, why not? Brandon Johnson doesn't care about the white people because Broadway Armory is still being used to house 300 migrants, all men, by the way. And then you still have Gage Park. So is this an example of Brandon Johnson taking care of the black people over white people?
I really don't know, but the way I always look at it, and I've been pretty much consistent with it, it really doesn't matter to me what color you are. You're a human being. You're citizens of Chicago. And we should be trying to reach a goal that we all can work together and not be so segregated together in terms of neighborhood, our beliefs, and things of that nature as well. I think you should listen to the citizens, the people who voted you in, and take care of your citizen first. If the citizen do not want certain things in the community, then you should go that way. But seeing to me the politics a little different. Like to me, the politicians is running the city, but ain't consulting with the community or going against the community will.
Well, he's besieged by right-wing extremism. That he discussed the other day. What was your reaction to some of the statements he made earlier this week, where he said that basically Republicans are still upset that a black man is free?
I don't know about that one. I do not agree with none of that. I think a conversation like this that coming up is just dividing a wedge between the people, whether you're Republican or Democratic. You know, both parties have good ideas and bad ideas. All right. And so you got to listen to the people overall, but you certainly should have a better way of communication and bring those type of conversations up. Just light a match to the trees or the hay or something like that.
Right.
It's amazing. It's a different kind of a government. I'm not for sure he's necessarily running the city. I think maybe it's just the union and Preckwinkle that running the city. I guess.
Or
That's
Stacey
just my
Davis
opinion,
Gates.
you know.
I mean, the CTU president, because she couldn't run because her favorability was in the single digits.
And because
So
she
I
lives
think
in
that
South Bend.
Right, that too. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think that she's running the show up there. So you don't think there's an audience in the African American community or the Black community for comments that Brandon Johnson has made?
You may have a few, but not really, not really. I really don't think so. I think particularly the African American community has been depressed as a whole now for a long time. And they feel that look, they can go to the poll and then vote. They want something back returned into their community on the dollar they spend. That's not happening. And whether you have, in this particular case here, black mayor or white mayor, et cetera, et cetera. I did, as you know, when I ran for mayor, I did not endorse Johnson because he was black. I endorsed Paul Ballard because I thought at the time, and still think at the time, it was a better choice, you know, and so I think you have to do certain things for the community that's out here that is don't get the tax dollar back into that community. These communities in the African American community, some of them still look like it was still in 1968. Haven't changed.
Well,
not one bit.
That and
They need some help.
and a lot of those neighborhoods are still beset by record, at least over the last 30 years, record incidences of violent crime. And next year we have the opportunity to elect a new Cook County State's Attorney. Do you have any perspective on that race? And I mean, of course, this Cook County State's Attorney's hands are still going to be tied by, even if they were not of the disposition of Kim Foxx, are still going to be tied by the Safety Act. But do you have any perspective on the Cook County State's Attorney's race?
I haven't been. You know, nobody been talking about it. You know, it haven't been in the news, and they haven't been in TV ad or radio ad. The two people that committed, I think Bob
Fioretti
made the
Yeah.
Fioretti, right, that he was going to run. So I think that's three of them that I know of. All right, but in terms of their views and their stands and things of that nature, I just haven't heard it from anybody.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to hear it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if I would be concerned, I suspect you would be too, since you just made mention that maybe she's the one running the city, Tony Preckwinkle, that you get another Tony Preckwinkle protege in there to replace Kim Foxx. That would be a concern, wouldn't it?
For me, because it would turn out the same as you got things running now with the city, and you know, so it's a concern. It's a concern. My ears is open to sit and talk and to hear those opinions that they have to make once they come out, and then they come out, then I'll be able to sit and say, okay, I support this or support that, or I'll just stay involved, do all I can do to help, you know.
Speaking of which, I understand you're still keeping up with your humanitarian work, and since you're out in the community and you're helping people in need, you were just sort of alluding to it when you said some of these neighborhoods haven't changed since the late 60s. What is the situation with people in some of the poor neighborhoods in Chicago from your perspective?
Overall, as a whole, depressed and confused. You know, there is a situation where that, you know, let's say example, Austin when the flood came. Well, those guys and over there in that neighborhood couldn't even get help to get water and stuff out their house and raw sewage and things of that nature. I think I went and we donated some, you know, gloves, disposable stuff. I don't forgot the amount of it. I think maybe about $300,000, maybe $400,000 worth, just to help. But at the same token, you know that happened is that you are raising money, hundreds of millions of dollars to support the illegal, and I say illegal immigrant, and not helping the people who are in that flood or the homeless and things of that nature. And that's what makes people more depressed than anything.
Right.
You know?
So this Saturday, you're having a one-day only gas and grocery giveaway. Can you tell us the details?
We have, let me see, about 23 grocery stores. If you go to Willie WIlson Facebook, you'll see all of them located there. We got 23, I think 17 of them are Peak Marketplace, and the other one is up north. And then we got 13, we had 14 service stations, but one, I think, caught on fire. They had to close it down yesterday, so now we got 13 service stations left. And we're donating also to the Cook County Jail as well, and to some restaurant in west side Chicago. Total about 5,000 people that we are feeding, giving card to at least, that they can go and shop in the grocery store and buy what they want. And so I think it might end up with about 333,000, but I think it'll be more than that when it get done. Probably about close to 400,000, because we still going to go down into Southern Illinois and New Orleans to donate money as well during these holiday season. But Chicago alone, just with the stores here alone, here we're going to help 5,000 people to go into the stores and shop and get what they want to have, and hope that the $50 each for food would help, and then the $50 each for gasoline would help ease the burden for the particular holiday season. And
very cool.
So
very nice.
Just, done that.
That's great. Good for you, Willie. I'm sure people appreciate that as well. They should. Speaking of grocery stores, what do you think about Brandon Johnson's idea for a city-run grocery store? You think the city government would be good at running a grocery store?
Well, they can't run what they got right now.
Yeah, well, there's that.
I mean, yeah. So I just don't see it. To me, I thought I knew politics, but this politics right here is confusing to me. This is total confusing. The crime and the raising money for people who did not vote or did not come into the country legally, and not even following the Constitution of the United States. I go to China and around the world. I gotta have a visa. Everybody gotta check me out before I even get there. You know, and people comes into the country, you better know who you letting in your house. You know, so
yes,
it's confusing.
Befuddling times indeed. Willie WIlson, former mayoral candidate. Again, you get all the information on his food and fuel giveaway at his Facebook page, right, Willie? Willie WIlson Facebook page?
Yeah, Willie WIlson Facebook, right. Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good to talk to you again. Appreciate it.
You too. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, God bless you. And you can also see the information about the gas and grocery store locations on Twitter at Dr. Willie WIlson, and he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-353-2973 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection